Okay, we are live now. So, welcome, Adam, and welcome everyone in this first interview, Lubo with Adam Chacksfield. Adam,
Mm,
nice to
mm,
be with you and to speak about yeah, what you discover. So, my first question is in this open interview, that's why I invite people. My intention is to become experiential interview, not just chatting, but directly experience what you are sharing and what we discuss. So
mhm,
let's in the beginning just to share with few words about you and what triggers or what caused this evolution in you, in your sharings, your teachings. Mhm.
mhm. Yeah. Um, and specifically, we want to talk about erotic shadow play. Is that right?
Yeah, connecting with our erotic dimension. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great. Beautiful. Thank you for having me here, Lubo. Yeah. Um, yeah. So, I was a spiritual teacher, very interested in embodiment work and meeting all the feelings, and uh, I went to a workshop where run by the Somatica Institute, and they were inviting us to go into uh, feeling like our sort of like our arousal, like going like our hottest sexual fantasies or memories, and I had so much shame come up. It was like super uncomfortable to like be in that room, and other people were, some of the other people were totally fine there. So it was really a revelation to me because I hadn't realized that I was still carrying sexual shame. But it's like, oh wow. And and then I went to work with a somatica coach, and the first session, my body was like trembling in terror. I mean, just like like it totally thought I'm gonna die here. This is like the you cannot show this part of yourself. Like, even though I knew like the person was going to accept me and wasn't going to condemn me or shame me, but like my body did not know that at all. It was like the shame was really intense, like the terror in my system.
Oh.
Yeah, very and really surprising how like I had not been aware of that. Like yeah, it was like it was sort of unconscious to me, the shame that I was holding there.
Mhm.
And then what happened was through working with this coach and really being invited to go to like my sort of like hottest sexual fantasies and actually write them down, I started to realize my energetic system really shifted. Like all this pleasure came through. Like it was sort of like a Kundalini awakening, like just all this pleasurable energy coming through the body and that had been shut down all this time, and it's really like energetically it's really shifted things for me, whereas before uh there was just like less pleasure available to me. Like I wasn't able to enjoy like the juice of life in the way that I now can, where like I can experience everything as pleasure, as eros, and yeah, this it just makes everything so much more enjoyable. So and like the saying yes to desire, like allowing my desire, myself to feel my desire, to enjoy my desire, rather than again like shutting it down or judging it or making it deciding if it's right or wrong. Like actually just like, oh, it all gets to be here. I get to feel this. I get to enjoy this, and I'm totally free in terms of like how I want to act, how I want to move.
Mm.
Like I'm not like compelled by like, oh, I feel a desire, so now I have to go do something about it. It's like, no, the desire itself is so enjoyable. All that erotic energy that gets to move through us. It's like it's for us. It's for us to enjoy. We get to have that regardless of like how we're interacting or how we want to interact with anyone else. We so get to enjoy our erotic energy.
Hmm. What a surprising news, because these, let's say, ancient non-dual teachings, they say, oh, this erotic energy, this life energy, to be free, you should, yeah, to not be interested at all. But this is nothing for you.
Well, there's different branches of the non-dual approach, right? So the ascetic spiritualism is like, yeah, like sexuality, desire, all that, just shut it all off, shut the world off, shut the body down, like you're not your body. And it's really like it's all about like point your eyes to heaven, to transcendence, to the openness, and just forget about this world as much as possible. You know, go live in a cave and meditate, right? Like so it's just totally like let's focus on the absolute. So that's one approach, right? And the other approach is the tantric approach, which is like saying yes to this life, saying yes to the body, saying yes to experience, and like really allowing ourselves to be fully here for the experience of life, like allowing ourselves to be touched, allowing ourselves to feel,
Wow.
and that uh, that opening, sort of that inclusiveness, like by including everything that we are, we become so vast. We realize like, oh, like we're beyond any particular thing, any particular identity. So it's like it's rather than like going to no thing, it's going to everything as the path. I mean, you sort of end up in the same place anyway, but it's a different path, and that matters. I mean, it's yeah. For me, the tantric path is more inviting. It's more pleasurable, enjoyable.
Okay. So, hmm. Ah, okay. You share that also the erotic dimension, or using eros is, you can use as, let's say, healing method or connection with our shadows. And this not only enjoying, but yeah, this is mixed, of course, enjoying and connecting. Can you share about this, how this works, how this
Yeah,
works?
so before this erotic opening, I was very aware and the power of bringing love to our experience. So like being compassionate about whatever's coming up for us, like we get to like to love those parts of ourselves. We get to give ourselves full permission for what we're feeling, to not make ourselves wrong, to see it all as innocent. So this is the approach of love, which is beautiful and like there's nothing wrong with that, and we totally want that. What the erotic opening adds to it is like also all this all this aliveness we're experiencing is actually enjoyable. Like it's something we can find pleasurable. It's actually erotic. So that's and this is a very powerful thing to really like allow ourselves to experience. It's like so before this, other, difficult feelings, things that are uncomfortable or intense. It's like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want this. Okay, I've got to let, I love myself. It's not my fault that I'm experiencing this. I'll allow it to be here. But with the erotic piece, where it's like, oh, actually, part of me really likes intensity, really likes to experience.
Wow.
That's I mean, one way of looking at it is like that's why the world exists. It's like it's one thing to be you know, openness itself. It's another thing to be like, oh, and I'm having this particular experience, this visceral, powerful, intense experience. So really giving ourselves permission to have those experiences. So, there's a moment where I realized this with in relation to anger. So I'd always been sort of like, okay, feel your anger, express the anger, like beat on the pillow. And it's like, and I was sort of doing this, and it's just like, oh, when's it going to be gone? When will I be rid of this? And then someone suggested, well, how about you like feel like the eros of it? Like, what if you like allow yourself to have an erotic fantasy where you feel like you sort of a revenge fantasy where you enjoy the erotic pleasure of anger. And that totally shifted things for me. It was like, oh my God, I love this energy. It's delicious. It's like so alive and powerful and oh yeah. And to feel that, it just totally shifted my relationship to anger. It's like, no, I love the feeling of power. I love the feeling of anger in my body. It's like to really like like to realize like the juiciness of that energy, or with terror as well, or fear. It's like oh, I shouldn't feel fear and shake and but it's like but yeah, but what if it's erotic as well? It's like, what if you really love being like experiencing terror or fear? I mean, this is why people go on roller coasters. This is why we watch horror movies. Part of us really gets off on being, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like it's juicy, it's erotic. So
Wow.
so all the feelings are like that. All the things with even shame, right? Like humiliation. It's like humiliation can also be very, very pleasurable. Like experiencing it erotically. It's like really allowing ourselves to feel the squirminess and oh no, don't look at me, like it's like it's like there's a deliciousness in that. There can be like an enjoyment in it when we really open to the experience. So this is what the like opening the erotic dimension offers us is permission to really enjoy our experience, like to actually like find the turn on in it, like enjoy the arousal. And again, this really, for me, this really it's like revealing the tantric worldview that sort of like all of this is for our enjoyment. It's all for our pleasure, for our experience. Like we want to have experiences. That's why we have bodies. That's why we're in this in this particular moment, in this particular place, having this experience, because there's something enjoyable about that, about the particularity as well as yes, we can totally zoom out and like be the absolute and the oneness and the one that's not really having any experience. It's just like all openness. We can totally do that. That's wonderful too. And we can come right in and have the particular experience. And none of this defines us. None of it defines us. We're
Hmm.
so big, we're so vast, we can have all kinds of different experiences.
Okay, so let's slowly shifting our interview to experiential one. Uh, uh, where to start first to to notice that we are something erotic, or and then to shift come to experience which we have right now, or yeah, okay, I really want to play this. So yeah,
Hmm.
we are all here,
Yeah.
whatever that means, and our experiences are here. So we are talking about something which is here. Let's test it, not only to understand, but to feel. Can you help us?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think one way in is to really just like start by allowing ourselves to experience ourselves as erotic beings. Like realizing like we are erotic beings, like this experience here, like having a body, it's erotic, it's sexual, it's like it's delicious. And like
Mm.
really giving ourselves permission to experience our feelings, the energies moving through the body in that way, to enjoy the pleasure of it.
Mm.
And yeah, one of the things we notice with Eros is that if we try to force it or we put pressure on it or we say we should have this experience, it's not interested in that at all. Eros is Eros sort of comes from this place of like there's nothing we have to be. It's like there's nothing we have to be. There's nothing we have to do. It's just total permission. Okay, so there's nothing we have to. I mean, it's the non-dual sort of deconstruction of everything. Where nothing's happening. It's all openness. Right. So when we realize like that, it's great, great. It's all totally open. The image you have of yourself, all the ideas you were taught about what you're supposed to do, what the spiritual path is supposed to be, all of that is, optional. It's all made up. So we're totally free. We get to relax. We get to be just as we are. We get to have our experience in whatever way it wants to show up. Right. And then it's like, yeah, and what a playground. Wow, we have bodies.
Mm.
We have all this juicy energy moving through us.
Wow, yeah. Some even tears are coming because to notice this very fact that such experience is going on. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, there's so much permission for us to enjoy this,
Wow.
enjoy all of it.
Yeah. And now the scary question is what to do with emotions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And it's like whatever emotions are here to like give them full permission, like to, and again, to let yourself like notice the enjoyment inside the emotions, inside the feelings, the way that it's pleasurable to feel, to let ourselves be touched. Like all the feelings, we already talked about, anger and fear, also sadness, the way it's like so heartbreak, it's like so touching, it's like so exquisite,
Mm.
beautiful. Or something like neediness or longing, if that's there, it's like how delicious that is. Like if we give permission for that to feel it, it's like, oh, I want, I long for. It's like,
Wow. Mm.
so innocent, so good, so juicy.
Yeah, and there is something like voice, something shouldn't be here, and instead of fighting and resisting and accepting as part of Eros, it's oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like, this is another place where sometimes, with loving ourselves, often like, we have these shame ideas we've been given that like, no, parts of me don't deserve love. They shouldn't be here. They should be gotten rid of or healed or pushed away or something. And often it can be really powerful to have the experience of like someone loving us in that place. It's like, oh, sweetheart, I so want to be with you there. I want to hold you there. It's like it can be, just like, what? Like this part of me is lovable. And the same with desire and eros, like to have someone reflect like the sexiness or the desirability parts of us that again that we're totally imagining like shouldn't be there or bad or ugly. It's like to have someone see like how desirable they are, how juicy they are, how alive they are. It's can be really powerful to have that experience.
I can feel this. And Adam, if you're okay, I want to invite our friends here in Zoom. If someone want to experience something and cannot shift it to as erotic experience, let's share, let's work with Adam. Yeah. So if someone
Mhm.
wants, just unmute and jump.
Oh my gosh. Just
Mhm.
noticing like how terrifying this is. Oh my goodness. Um, Yeah, this is like really timely for me because this week there's just been like this brick wall gone up, you know. I noticed with my husband and we were having a really nice time and then it just felt like this little curled up like no, just like wall there. And there's just been like a pervasive sense of that in the background. I haven't spent any time going there or anything, but and I couldn't even describe it in words. It was just like this. It was almost like squealing in no kind of sensation. So I'm
Mm,
sitting with that here whilst you're both talking. And I'm just like, wow, I can't get round that. I don't know what it is. Can't
mhm.
get round it. There's something very terrifying about sharing it publicly as well. But yeah, it's just been what's there this week, these last few days. And
Oh, so appreciate the courage it takes to share this. Yeah,
yeah, it just seems too timely not to.
beautiful.
Really. But yeah, as you're talking, it's like, yeah, just connect with that. And yeah, that's possible at times, but it's like, oh, there is like a big glass sheet or something
Hmm.
of wrongness or
Yeah.
something weird like that. And then also, strangely, I don't know how this is related, but we were watching a program on King Henry VIII, and there was just something about him visiting his wives at night and just how horrible that must have been for them in this. I don't know if that's where that is in the mix of it or something. I was trying to describe all this last night, and I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Mm,
I don't know what
yeah.
that's like, but
So good. Like wrongness, like sort of disgusting or something. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that sort of dark, not nice
mm, mm.
something.
Yeah. It's so someone invite you into the squirminess of it, like the sort of like, oh no, no, like the squirmy.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, it's and to see and to see how sexy it is as well, like that squirminess.
There's like a little tussle going on now. It's like, no, you can't because there is something that needs attention here. Like there is like some dark thing that you've got to be like, pay homage to or something. And that squirminess just, um, it's funny as well. There's a tussle here,
Mhm.
but it's been really funny. Now that I've said it, it's quite funny as well. My husband found it really interesting. Just this like, oh.
Yeah, and this is like one of the like these sort of shadowy places where like there's something dark in here, there's something needs to be seen, but it's like but it's we can actually go in there with humor, with play, and
Yeah.
with like, bringing Eros in there, you know, like to let ourselves feel the sexiness of it.
Hmm.
Just letting it take us where it takes us. Like, what if we just give it permission? What if you just let yourself enjoy it here for a few minutes?
Yeah, there's a sense of like it almost like it wanting the kind of the chase element in it, like the no. And
Yeah, yeah.
and then running off and like it needs to hide and get out of the way of something bad. There is like a playful quality to it.
Yeah, and you can and you're welcome to play with me here. You know, like I'm chasing you. I want you.
That's so scary, Adam.
I want you scared. I want you to squirm. Yeah.
And I can't even get to like what is that? Like what is the it doesn't
It's
it
so hot. It's so hot.
I think it's just running away for the sake of the chase.
Yeah. Yeah. exactly. And from that perspective, right? It's like that's part of it. It's like we
Yeah,
start to see like it's all for our enjoyment. It's all like erotic. Yeah, like part of us gets off on that. It enjoys that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with it.
yeah,
I mean, as kids, we play games like this all the time, you know?
yeah,
Kids are constantly chasing each other and playing with these energies because they're so enjoyable. They have so much juice in them.
yeah,
And then we become adults. We're like, no, no, you don't let us play with that. There must be something wrong with you if you like that.
yeah, 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 yeah. But it is that, oh, there must be something wrong here. Like there must be, oh, something that needs, I don't know, te investigation or healing or something. But you're right, it feels more like it just like a giggly chase. Like it
Yeah, exactly.
that's within it. Yeah.
It's like an alternative route from the inquiry healing. It's like just to let ourselves have permission and enjoy
Yeah.
and let it go wherever it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and maybe stuff shifts. Maybe some different energy comes in, and some new game wants to be played after we've given it permission. But it's
Yeah.
like just to really trust that you
Yeah.
so get to play and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yes, but no.
right, right,
It already feels really different.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's so fun to play. It's so fun to play.
Yeah. It's just reminding it is, yeah, it's a child or um yeah.
Why would I like to be chased? Why would I like to be touched? Why would I like, it's sort of like, oh no, why would I want to resist or squirm? But it's so delicious. It's like the energy is so delicious there, the charge of it.
Yeah.
On the other side as well, it's often very delicious as well. I mean, I can totally feel like, yeah, I'd love to chase you. It's like it's like juicy, yum.
Yeah.
It's great to give these parts of us permission to come out and play.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to not make them wrong, to not make them a problem that needs to be solved, just give them permission to let
Yeah.
ourselves.
It's just that, like, there is no actual other story around it or anything. It's just like it's just frozen in that and then not or
Yeah.
something like
And we often have ideas about like what sex is supposed to look like or romance or something. And it's like, oh, we're given images in, you know, movies and stuff about how it's supposed to be. And it's like, and often we can have like a lot of trouble allowing in different kinds of energies or different kinds of dynamics and allowing ourselves to enjoy those erotically.
that.
But they so want to be enjoyed. Like Eros is so expansive; it wants to enjoy everything that's there.
Thank you. I feel like something's moved or something. It's not as
Awesome,
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with this for the rest of the evening.
right? Right.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
Yeah. Thanks for playing.
A little bit.
Mm. Thank you, Charmaine, to be with you, to play with you. Mhm. Great. So the space is open. We have time. Someone wants to play with us, with Adam. Yeah. This is beautiful opportunity to something which we run from it and are trying to deal with it call life. And now we have opportunity to meet as something okay.
Yeah, I have a little bit similar to Charmaine, but um, mine's more like a play between sort of being really beautifully in love and in flow and absolute acceptance and fearless to having to really retract and pull back in this really frustrated and frightened place of, now that's enough. I need to now be unattainable, whilst there's a part, but there's a part that really doesn't want that. So there's this real conflict that arises where I've fully pulled away, and it doesn't feel enjoyable because there's another part that's like, can you not just soften? So that there seems to be an awareness. There's something that triggers like a pull away, which is like a, right, you might hurt me now, or I need to be strong and I need to be unattainable and I need to be cold, whilst there's a really, really, really strong desire to not be like that. So it's so frustrating because there's the bits that are like going, can you, just, and it's honestly, it's like a child. It's like, no, I'm not going to put my hand on your leg because I'd be giving up. I'd be giving in. I'd be caving, and I'm not caving first. And this is all, there's like a play of different things going on internally all at the same time. So I'm kind of watching this push pull, like, oh no, just go, 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 go. Oh no, I can't. And it really doesn't feel enjoyable. Like it feels fucking horrible, because I guess it's like what Charmaine just said. It does feel like there's something wrong, because it feels like there's some kind of level of protection happening. Well, there's this deeper sense of love that doesn't want to be in this game. It feels like a game and not one that's wanted or enjoyed.
Yeah, so this is a super like powerful thing that you're pointing to, right? The way that these games often operate unconsciously, we go into these strategic places, and it's like really, it feels very serious and real, and like it's not enjoyable for us because it's like we don't have, we don't feel agency there. We're like, oh, like this unconscious thing has got me, and now I'm like, I can't have the love that I want. I can't have the connection I want because I have to play this strategy.
Yes.
So the opportunity here is like to invite your partner into play. So like to just like to set, so I mean, it's beautiful. You're seeing what's happening. Like, wow, okay, like this part has come up and it's like doesn't want to give in and it wants to pull away and be cold, and it's awesome. So like giving permission for that part to play with whatever parts in your partner want to come up in response to that it gives so much satisfaction, because then you can actually enjoy, like these parts can have their satisfaction, and also they can unfold. I mean, they can take you places, when you give them full permission to play, they go places you would not expect. They reveal things that you wouldn't expect.
Well,
it's very dynamic. It's full of inquiry.
What do you do though if you're like, my partner doesn't do any of this, or isn't it like, if I started going on about parts that want to play in a system, I'm not really sure. Like, I have explained about parts, and she's like, God, yeah, I totally get that. So I wouldn't know how to even have that conversation unless I was just like, look, there's a part of me here, which, by the way, the prospect of even fucking having that conversation is utterly terrorizing. She even said to me today, she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Just feeling a bit heavy. Even though, again, there's still that bit that really wants to just go, actually, I really want to tell you. But this other bit is so strong. But yeah, how do you go about that if the other person doesn't have a clue about any of this?
So it gets a lot easier the more you have experience with it, because then you're speaking from your direct experience about it, and opportunities arise, right? Like you'll find a way. What I'd like to invite now is just if you want to play with that part, if you want to have a go, like bringing that part into play.
Which bit? The cold bitch part.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
And what's the part that it plays off? Is it like being desired, or is it feeling rejected, or what is it?
It definitely doesn't. There are right. So it's multifaceted, because there are times when I observe a power switch where when she's being really needy and I feel really centered, there's enjoyment of that. However, this that I'm referring to now is more a very, very vulnerable, very small, scared. Yeah, more. God, I can feel it now. Whew.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So if we were in play here, you know, and this part opened up in you, you know, I would feel like, oh, I want to hold you.
Mm.
I want to hold this scared, vulnerable one.
It's like it has its own strategy of being big when it feels like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't want this to be seen.
Yeah, it's so big to let it be seen. It's so powerful to let the vulnerability be seen.
Mm. And the other part knows that, and it does actually want that. So it's a real conflict in the system, because it's just like you can go, you can show that, but it's so strong, it just won't, it just doesn't seem to.
Yeah, I love your vulnerable part. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, you can be so vulnerable here. You can totally show me that. I want it. You can show me how vulnerable you feel. I want you closer. Come here. Come here.
Mm.
Can I hold you?
Yeah. Mm. Mm. There's resistance to that. Mm. It's like it doesn't want it from someone else, but it does. Real like push. It doesn't want to just if oh God. Ugh. It's like get off me.
Mm. I want you. I don't want to have to get off you. Let me hold you. Why are you pushing me away?
Mm. Because I don't want you to win.
To win what? To win you?
You don't even know.
What do you want?
I want to win.
What does that look like? I want you to win. How can you win?
Oh, by not needing anything, by not needing it, by not needing that. I don't know. It's like oh, it's like this feeling of I don't know how to explain it. It's like you don't get to you don't get like I don't get to admit, I don't want to admit and to like give in and to then have you I don't know what the win is. Mm. It's just this feeling of if I just collapsed into that. I don't know, it just feels really hard to do. Like it's not safe to do.
Hmm. Why is it not safe?
Because because it's like it being seen.
Hmm.
It won't be if it's fully seen, it won't be like it won't be loved, it won't be attractive if that it's like admitted, if that kind of collapse and that vulnerability is seen. It's like it's not allowed to be seen because it won't be.
Oh, I so want your vulnerable one. I so want your collapsed vulnerable one. She's so beautiful. I so want her. So attractive. So lovable.
Oh,
I want you just to collapse on me.
oh.
Can you feel how much I want your collapsed vulnerable one?
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like the big and like the big and small,
Mm-hmm.
but it's totally okay.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can totally play small.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't play big another time, but you so get to play small as well.
Yeah.
That one gets to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. That's the thing. It's just that it's giving it permission to play and not
Yeah.
seeing it as this like scary thing. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's like it's not letting it. I don't let it.
Yeah. Yeah. She's so beautiful, so desirable. Really. You so get to.
Yeah. Mm.
So good. Thank you for so good. So good.
Oh, thank you. God, I'm drenched. I'm like everywhere's just sweated.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great example. What the place you went there is such a great example, right? It's like this part that like you totally imagine is like not allowed, unattractive, like will doom you. You know, it's like, and to give that part space to play is so powerful, so powerful. To let her get what she wants there, to see that she is desirable and lovable.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with her at all.
Yeah. Because it almost like, I mean, not then, but it almost feels like it's dangerous to, there's like that over it. Like it's dangerous to let that be as it is.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a sense in which, like, yeah, we need discernment about who we show that vulnerability to.
Yeah, I
Like,
just mean like in general, like it
yeah,
doesn't. It's not dangerous to do it with my partner, but it's this fucking thing that's like it's fucking dangerous. You can't let that be like that.
yeah. And this is and that's like the terror, like the sort of terror that I was talking about earlier, where it's like we're just like there's part of us that's convinced, like, no, 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 we don't do that. We never show that. No, 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 no. This is super dangerous, you know. So even if we're like intellectually aware of like, no, actually it is safe, like the body doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It's the body. It's the strong body. Like
Yeah,
it's like
it's
this
the
gripping
condition.
on for dear life. Yeah.
And this is why embodied play is so powerful here, because because then the body starts to learn. It's like, oh my God, we went there and nothing terrible happened. Actually, it was kind of enjoyable. And then it becomes accessible to us. We can go there again so much more easily. It's always easier the second time and the third time and the fourth time. It gets so much easier. And these parts have so much juice. I mean, there's so much energy here. It's like so alive, so vital. Like, and you know, it wants your attention. That's why it's coming up.
Mm.
You can immediately feel like, oh wow, like it's wow, it's so here. It's so yeah, this is what I want. So to really give it permission to play and to not have to like um often we'll back out and go into inquiry and try to solve it with the mind or something, but it's like
Yeah.
it's really about allowing, it's much more easy in person than in Zoom over Zoom, but to allow the play to happen, is so powerful. Just allow the body to do what it wants and like to go with whatever desires show up. It's so powerful to give those permission.
Mm.
Then we start to see like what's in there. Like you was talking about initially about the part that wants to push away and be cold, and then it's like, oh my God, it's like trying to protect the vulnerable one that wants to collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
so beautiful. Yeah, and we get to know all these parts of ourselves and have access to them. They're not problematic once they're made conscious, and we love them, and we understand how beautiful they are and how
Mm.
desirable and how much juice they hold. It's like we can play and have all these parts of ourselves, and none of them define us.
Mm.
We're bigger than all of them. And that also is like the part that it becomes much less scary because part of us imagines like, oh my God, if I show this part, like that's the one that I am, and then I'm defined by that, and I'll just be that forever. But it's like that's not actually true. That's not actually true. just because you're allowing your vulnerability, allowing the claps, allowing like the poor, needy, pathetic one or whatever come forward, doesn't mean you don't have the powerful one who's capable and independent and all the rest of it. You totally have to.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
it's so powerful to be able to give ourselves permission to go to those places, to like to bring it forward. So powerful.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, really beautiful playing with you, Emma. So
Thank
fun.
you.
Mm. Yeah, really powerful. Mm.
Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, if someone else wants to play, so yeah. Tinka. So I think. Mhm.
Yeah. I think I saw Adam several times, but just soon I start realizing what's going on actually. How we use this sexual energy just to expand our body energy in general. And I wonder how it's working in everyday life. If you have more experience with that, and does your energy level increases in general? How is there any changes if you practice this regularly? How is going with that?
Yeah, it's there's tremendous resource in like in pleasure and eros, like to give these energies permission, just like infuses everything with more juice and enjoyment. There's a funny thing I noticed with my after I had this erotic opening, uh I noticed that like all the videos I have on my website, like I do these satsang videos and you pick YouTube gives you like three options on which video to pick, which picture you want for the video. I noticed that after I'd had this opening, in all the images, like I'm like totally enjoying myself. Like there's so much pleasure. You can see like I've got a big smile and so like I'm just loving it. And before that, none of the images were like that. I mean, they were like sympathetic, compassionate, what have you, but
Yeah.
they didn't have that like the amount of pleasure that I'm experiencing now is so much greater. There's just so much more permission for that.
I had a kind of small experience with this method with you several months ago, and then I felt like I closed totally down myself because I felt, oh my God, I make something like sex in public, and this is wrong.
Ah.
I felt so, oh my God, what's going here? So, yeah, and but now I'm really interested to explore because this is really powerful energy, and here in my society and also in my personal conditioning, I feel how much rules, how much forbidden is to use this to, I don't know, this coming from the roots of my family and things like that, but most of the time I just disconnected from this energy. I go with sadness because sadness is familiar, suffering, and yeah, but something I miss actually. It's and I need to express this, to learn how to express this in kind of safety way for me.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, it's great that you're noticing that, like how shame can shut us down, and there will be people who will be triggered by it and will totally have strong reactions, like, no, that's not allowed. You shouldn't feel that. You shouldn't be, like experiencing that. But there's also most people actually really want you to experience that, and actually like it's juicy to be around people who are in their juice, in their energy, that have that aliveness and enjoyment. So it's really like giving yourself permission, not letting people shut you down.
It's also, if I didn't use this before so often, actually there is fear, particular fear that I am not able to control this energy, so it's so vast.
Yeah, and again, we have way more capacity. The more we bring this energy to consciousness, the more we have so much agency around it. We just become so much empowered in that space because we're really aware of that energy. We're aware how to bring it forward. We're aware how to like bring it into relationship, or how to back it off in relationship. We have just a lot more capacity there than when it's just sort of unconsciously, like it's sort of shut down and it bursts out and it's like, okay.
There is fear. For me, in my personal story, there is fear around men, and I'd like to explore a little bit with that, to try,
Yeah.
see what will come actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you just want to sort of go into your erotic energy with me here?
I start connecting with the body now, so I feel like it's here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
I feel like I'm going on the battlefield now. Oh my God. It's like I have to be strong in order to survive. Yeah. Yeah. There is something like I will fight here. Yeah. And also shame. Yeah.
Mm.
But it's also joy into it. I mean, I can feel this pure joy. Very, very alive, like pulsing like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you so get to enjoy that. You so get to enjoy it.
Yeah, the whole energy starts moving through the body. Yeah, it's a lot of pleasure into this. Like my energy starts filling my body. Yeah.
So beautiful.
It's like really like I'm a rabbit that I'm scared to go out of my hole. And I just explore a little bit and go back, explore a little bit and go back. It's like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing wrong actually. Yeah. That's just energy. Now it's like something come to me, like teach me, lead me. I really want to see something, to explore something. Yeah, it's kind of really pure and innocent into it. And wow, very well. Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wild animal. Yeah, it's wow. Yeah, I want to jump. I want to broke down any rules now. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so good to feel that animal energy, that erotic, wild.
Yeah, I feel this expansion now, like I'm bigger now, and there's no tensions in the body. Like I own this. I start own this. It's different when I hide and press down, and I know, and it's a kind of I'm dancing in my own energy.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Mm.
It's even I'd like to stand on my legs. It's like to feel the whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
It's impulse to scream, like wow, scream, yeah. I'm here and I'm strong. And
Ah,
that's me. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's
Mm.
powerful, very powerful.
Mhm. So powerful.
Yeah, it's strange that I cannot qualify now. It's female or it's male, it's both at the same time. I'm not interested in even. It's like, oh, I have this. Yeah, this is strong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so for you. Your energy, you so get to enjoy it. So good.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling like I like to dance, to move, just to explore movement of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm.
It's nice. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's really a question of permission to give permission to explore.
Yeah. Yeah. So great.
It's really, really very nice. It's like it was so many, many years like pressed down or yeah, but now it's here.
Yeah, I really love the way you're like just seeing like it's just a matter of you giving yourself permission to enjoy this, to let yourself have this. You know, that it's like again, often we have this idea like, oh, I have to like have a reason to have erotic energy or to enjoy erotic energy in my body. But it's like actually we don't need a reason. Like there's a million reasons, but we don't need a reason. Like we can just allow ourselves to.
Yeah, this is like my own life energy. It's even erotic, yeah, but erotic is just a label also. It's my life. But from erotic really comes this, oh yeah, that's still here. I'm still alive. Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. I cannot see shadows now or something wrong. But like the energy moves very freely to the whole body and even around the body a little bit. That's my experience right now. And it's also soft in a way, not very hard. It's light and soft. And it's still moving and changes all the time. It's like dancing in the
Yeah,
body.
totally. It's so flowy. It's so alive and juicy, and like it's not looking for any fixed position. It's like it just wants to keep living, keep like the fresh moment, the new moment, the new movement.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, it's really good. Oh my God. I cannot. Yeah. I like it. I love it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have a destination. It's like it's just so for our enjoyment. There's no destination with Eros.
Yeah.
It takes us places, but there's no destination.
Yeah. There is this maybe many, many years ago in my mind that there is something dirty, something. it's not enough. It's not enough clean here. It's not enough pure, and I think this coming also from many wars of religious, you know.
Yeah.
But then when I feel yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to
It's
enjoy all.
also coming from God, I think.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing dirty with it. It's just pure energy. Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
It's so obviously, like when we give it permission, it's just so obviously good. You know, that's what I noticed with the erotic energy, that my erotic opening was like the energy is just so obviously good. It's so pleasurable. It's so enlightening. It's so life-giving. It's just like undeniable. Like it doesn't matter what, you know, all the shaming stories we have and the religious, you know, teachings we've been given. It's just like, this is good. This is clearly goodness. You know, this is like, I want this. I like this. I enjoy this. You know, it's so good. And we can see in other people as well. When people have that energy, when you let that through, it's like, it's gorgeous. So gorgeous. Of course. Yes. It's like the energy of yes. Even if it's saying, no, no. we can totally enjoy, we can say that with the energy of yes. We can give ourselves to that. It's also good.
It's great to have this. It's great to have this tool to open.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Gorgeous.
Yeah, and I want to mention that erotic energy, usually there is a connection with sex. So erotic energy is sex. Everything else is everything else. And yeah, we can experience in so beautiful way that erotic energies is everything. Yeah. Experiencing shame, anger, and whatever. Not only sex is a small part of that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, there is a space. Open.
Yeah, I can share. Got no experience to go into, but a bit like Tinker there, my body, Adam, is absolutely vibrating. It really is from top to toe. It's almost like I feel like I think I've said it. I'm in different groups that before now I've been on the head up with this journey of awareness stuff like that, and from the body down. I haven't really been feeling a lot. And when I do get so-called negative feelings, what I've been trying to do over the last month or so is just sit with it and sit with the feelings until almost hoping that they dissipate quickly, but without that accepting it and allowing it. But in the back of my mind, I want them to go through quickly. So I can see how revolutionary this is to almost like, yeah, come on, invite them in, invite them in almost to the way you sort of like work with Emma and Charmaine there as well. It's like that. Yes, there's a bit of a vibrancy, there's a bit of energy to even that anger. But again, just as you were talking to Tinker there and all that, my whole energy is like I'm shaking with excitement. And it's almost like an excitement stroke, a tiny little bit of fear as well, but a little bit of, I feel like I'm alive all of a sudden. I'm tingling. So, yeah, I've got nothing, no questions, but I just thought to say that at the moment, yeah, it's working. I'm buzzing with it. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Yeah. I love what you said about like how you recognize like how yeah, that trying to allow everything is like is you can still feel the resistance. They're like, oh, I just want to get rid of it, rather than like this approach, like where it's like, oh, what if we let ourselves enjoy this? What if we feel how erotic and juicy it is? Like
Yeah,
really give ourselves the pleasure of like intense feelings.
yeah, yeah.
And it actually lets us go deeper in. So rather than like staying on the surface and trying to keep it at bay, we're actually going, yeah, give me that, give me that. I want to play with that one.
I suppose that if I've thought of a question, we don't want to link it to the story though, do we? Where we want to be with that sort of like feeling all the time. Do you know what I mean? So we're just getting really into the feeling rather than the story about why the feelings are there.
Exactly, yeah. And also when you connect more with the juice of it, like so when we play with these parts, we can often use story like to give ourselves the juice. So and we can see how we do that, right? So like I want to feel angry, so I'm going to go to like the place that makes me the most angry or something, or like or feeling fear. It's like let's go to the place that's the scariest, like so I can really like run the story or run the movie in my mind to like give me the intensity of that experience.
Right.
So and again, that totally undercuts that pattern of like where we're like trying to dismiss the story and dismiss the feeling, and it keeps coming back and it keeps coming back. It's like, what if we just like go to like, okay, let's go to the place where it's most intense. Let's give ourselves that feel, like turn up the volume. Let's have that party.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's actually enjoyable energy. It's juicy energy. So yeah, when I'm playing, often I will use story, but it's using it not to try to solve something or work something, but it's like I'm using it just to play because it's like it just adds to the juice to bring story in.
And I suppose sometimes, I think Lubo has mentioned this on his calls before, there's not a lot of difference between what we call excitement and fear. We've just put a label on it, but quite
Yeah.
often inside in the body, it's quite a similar experience, you know.
Yeah,
So to
totally.
get involved in that and to get some enjoyment out of that, I can see how revolutionary this is. Yeah,
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 yeah, really transformational.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. That just
yeah, gorgeous. Thank you. Mm.
Who wants to be next?
Mm. Yeah, Rowena.
Yeah, I'll go. So when Emma was talking, I really resonated a lot with her. And then I visited, my husband died in at the end of August, and he was very ill for quite a number of years, and it was a very difficult game we played, and there had been a lot of the sort of sadness and for a little bit it sort of came up in my mind because it was so much what Emma was describing, of the vulnerable part, and then no, I'm not going to be, but and then there was some remorse that came up, and just sort of being in this eros of feeling, oh, well, this just wants to come up and this wants to be this this just wants to be felt, and it turned into a most beautiful feeling. And I could sort of the game, I could see us just both playing a game, and we were so invested in the game. That's in the memory of the past, and that's just the thoughts coming up about the relationship, and that somehow we were just invested in our game, and we couldn't. He was as much as I was, I guess, in some ways. There was no backing down, and it just has given it a whole completely different, angle, or just a whole different way to approach, instead of the self-recrimination and the this, or I should have done. It was just like, no, well, that I I mean, I didn't know have this tool to
Yeah.
sort of be able to just to see how simple it it just turns everything away, and like all shadow work and all body things, it's just like, no, it's Eros, it's life energy, it's all enjoyable, and it shifts everything.
Yeah, so beautiful. I so love what you're sharing. Yeah, so powerful. I mean, this is the way that, yeah, like sort of what I was talking about, like that the tantric worldview in a way. It's like the way that it's like, oh my God, like I've just been playing games. These are just the games I've chosen to play. Often I chose them as a young child unconsciously, and I just keep playing them. But there's parts of, there's juice in that. Like I'm getting off, but I've just done it all unconsciously. So then when we wake up to like that fact, so, oh, like these are just the way that, the different parts of me that are playing out. And I get to have choice there. I get to have agency there. It's like I can play these games or I can play different games. And just to see like the innocence of it all. Yeah,
No,
so
the whole thing with just the whole way the approach of shadow work has been just like such a big thing. And I was in Florence recently, and I was looking at, I can't remember which museum I was in, but they had some pictures of faithful brethren who had their friends who would put on hoods, and they had the whips and stuff. And so that was for me, I sort of made a mental note, oh, well, that's the original shadow work. Thank goodness we don't have to go there now. But I mean, they were playing too, like how can we take this game, and it just, yeah, it really shifts everything, because
yeah,
we've shadow work has come, that worldview has come from having to beat yourself to death because you're such a bad person, and it's still, at least it still has that, until what you're bringing is like completely makes it
yeah.
flips it upside down.
Yeah, and we can even start to see like, oh, there's like a sadist inside me that tortures me, and then there's a masochist that gets off on being tortured because it makes me virtuous to,
Yeah.
like how we have all this game going on inside of us, and maybe we externalize it, and we make them the bad one or the good one or the punishing one. Yeah,
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
so beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Hmm. I think just another point that you made as well, the way that you saw the dynamics with your former husband, your late husband, uh, the way that you saw how the way that you were playing these games out with each other, that's another huge part of this. Like, is the opportunity when we're in relationship to like bring these dynamics when we're sort of like, what's going on here? Like, like is it like to bring the parts into play and give them full permission, and then it's just it's so revealing, and you kind of have that like, oh, we're just kids playing games here, we're just like we're trying to have power or like, trying to be the good one or whatever it is, trying to like uh get love or yeah, like whatever we're doing, and we've got all these elaborate games we play with each other to try to do these things. And it's so beautiful just to see that and to reveal that to each other. It's just like so it just transforms the relationship. So we don't take all the sort of the games that we're playing, we're not so identified with the roles. It's like, oh right, like we're just playing these things.
Mhm.
And this, yes, it's such a beautiful inquiry, such a beautiful way to inquire into like what's going on in these places to bring them into play. Yeah, thank you for sharing really beautiful insights. Mm, hmm.
Yeah. We are in the end, if someone wants to share, like the last one, if there is a burning desire. Mm. Mm. Okay. If not, um, I want to share that I know Adam from, yeah, let's say, infinite retreats. for maybe like 6 or 7 years. And yeah, Adam, please share if someone wants to reach you or to be with you in person or online, how can do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm available online. I do online coaching and in person as well. So yeah, I'm definitely available to do more of this work with you individually if you like, or also I work with couples. So yeah, like just as we were talking about helping couples unpack the dynamics that are going on in their relationship and in a really wonderful, playful, erotic way. And I'm going to be over in Europe in Bulgaria in April. So I'll be offering a weekend retreat called Making Love with Our Shadows. So that will be this type of work, a weekend retreat in Sofia. And then the Wednesday after that weekend, we're going up to the mountains. We're going to do a 5-day retreat called Awareness, Love, and Desire, which is this is sort of the broader work. So like this is sort of focused on this particular modality, the Making Love with Our Shadows, and then Awareness, Love, Desire is sort of the broader work that includes which is really being available for whatever wants to move through. So it's not about any particular modality.
Yeah.
Where you based, Adam? Are you not in Europe then, or?
I'm in the Bay Area in California.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from England originally.
Right. Okay. So do you ever come back to the UK, or?
I'm actually in the UK right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've done some retreats in London before, but it's been a few years. It was before COVID.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I go wherever anybody invites me. So if you have a group somewhere, I'll come do a retreat.
We do have a group.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But feel free to if you want to email me afterwards, we can I'll be happy to talk with you about coming to wherever you are. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. And also in USA, you have retreats.
Yeah, I've got a 3-day retreat in Kentucky, which is also residential. We've got a big house and really beautiful part of Kentucky. And that's again on it's called Playing in the Dark, that retreat. But again, it's totally about this modality, like bringing erotic play to the shadow parts of ourselves. And I'm also doing a retreat in California in the end of January, the last weekend in January in Berkeley. We've got another retreat that's a Playing in the Dark retreat, which is again this modality.
Adam, so beautiful that you share with us this. And yeah, what I can share that, let's say yesterday we were at some place with dancing, and this body start dance like never before. Yeah, 51-year-old man start dancing like, wow, it's so beautiful, so alive. So yeah. So yeah, this is how to say. Deconstruct all construction is it's so beautiful to be impressed through the body, through the.
Yeah. It's like going beyond just freeing the mind, but actually like freeing the body as well, like experiencing the freedom of the body, like really giving ourselves permission to move however feels good in whatever way we want. So great.
Yeah, and it's like some stream which is dancing. It's by itself. It's just might. Wow, what is going on here? Is it safe? Is it safe? Okay, so I think our meeting is in our end. So thank you very much, Adam, for sharing this, and thank you everyone take part in this meeting and everyone watching this video.
Yeah, thank you, Lubo, for inviting me. So lovely being with you here. And yeah, thank you for everyone playing with me and joining in the groove here. Yeah, really, so lovely being with you.
Thanks, Adam. Brilliant meeting. Superb. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Adam. Thanks,
Thank
Lubo.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.